You know, when I first started work in this industry in 2000, we didn't have all the cool toys we have today. This laser that finds plum with a built-in gyroscope is almost as useful as a tape measure on projects like this.
Are those sharks with laser beams attached to their heads? Cool!
Back in my day, we used plumb bobs, which were simple weights on strings that used gravity to find true plum relative to the Earth. We did have lasers that could do this kind of job back then, but they were a couple grand, and it was hard to justify that cost when the old reliable methods were practically free. Nowadays, I can't recommend the laser enough over the plumb bob, with how convenient and fast it makes the job go. And the cost of a decent laser is around $350 instead of $2,000. But, much like any industry improvement, it's still worth knowing the old methods, and this dichotomy of new versus old we're currently seeing is perfectly summed up by the laser and the plumb bob. Batteries die, laser mirrors become misaligned, gyroscopes fail. Too much dust can affect the sight of the laser. But you know what doesn't fail? Gravity. Old Bob here might be the simplest and most ingenious tool of all time. It has no moving parts to break down. You can make one in the field if you need to, and the cost of doing so is almost nothing. It always finds true plum, and if you drop it, it eats that shit for breakfast. Granted, it's a lot more difficult to use without help. You have to be airborne to use it, and it generally takes 3 times as long to get your plum marks with it. But just knowing it's an option can make or break your workday. It's a get-out-of-jail-free card if your laser gets dropped or stolen. And this is true for all the older technologies, materials, or install methods across any industry. Knowing the old ways will save hours of guesswork or labor when you inevitably come across a sensitive job that has to be updated and modified without redoing the entire building or system. I welcome new innovations like ProPress copper fittings or PEX piping that have changed the plumbing landscape over the past 20 years. But that accessibility comes at a cost for new workers, and the older, often better ways of doing things are eventually lost. Learn how to solder. Learn how to thread pipe. Hell, I would even say learn how to pour a lead joint on cast iron. All that knowledge will come in handy one day, and it will make you more valuable to a company, but more importantly, more valuable to yourself. Progress in this industry has to be tempered by knowledge of the past if you're going to make yourself indispensable. Likewise, we have to be willing to learn the new innovations if we want to compete in today's market. ProPress is the future, but knowing how to solder properly will make the difference when you're looking for another job. Keep learning at every age, or get left behind.
Shit.